It just really saddens me that the newest troop in Boom Beach is already the most forgotten. Mechs will be turning 2 over this summer, so they're not really that new, but they still feel new to me. Probably because I just haven't used them that much. I've done a handful of times using all mechs, because individually they're not that bad compared to other troops. They're just not very versatile. They're very slow, so it's hard to mix them into a strategy, but we're going to be giving them some love today against War Factory. We're going to get our creator code Cosmic plugged in here. Almost got it first try. If you want to support us, click that link in the second line of the description. Really helps us out. Get our creator code plugged in. It is the Mega Crab season. Mega Crab will be out, so that's when a lot of people buy it. We really appreciate it, but we're going to be going against Gearhart today. And I was thinking about bringing Kavan, then I remembered that Second Wind does not work with Mechs. So we are going to be bringing Everspark today, and this is kind of a cool War Factory base. It's just a bunch of clumps. I think I'm going to attack it from the left-hand side over here, and then we will just be probably shocking the Doom Cannons, just so our mechs don't die that quick. Let's get our shocks out, and then just like that, we are already low on energy. Got our first threshold, and what I'm going to do, I think we're going to throw some artillery right here. I thought that would take it out with the boosted artillery damage. Unfortunately, it did not, and now this is where things can go a little bit wrong. But the good thing about the Mechs or Pelicans is they are somewhat tanky. They are slow, but they can absorb a good amount of damage, much like Scorchers. Although I think Scorchers are quite a bit more tanky. But yeah, this is what the Mechs look like against a heavy ice boosted base here, and they are absorbing it like champs. I think it will probably take a couple, probably at least 2 attacks to fully take it out, and then those cannons by the HQ might be a little bit problematic. But the one thing that confuses me about Mechs on a larger scale is it looks like they're shooting out shock blaster bullets and the blue aurora around the buildings when they do fire. It makes it seem like the buildings are shocked or the defenses are shocked, so that adds a layer of confusion. Now if there was a quick like shock with it, then maybe Mechs would be extremely broken despite them not being versatile or quick. With speed serum they are manageable, I'll tell you that. You throw a speed serum on them and they are walking. Their animation is quite funny, but they actually walk pretty quick and they are pretty strong with it. But this is the mech experience where they're doing a good amount of damage. They're just super duper slow, and we haven't even lost a mech yet. I think we lost our hero. Yeah, we lost her quite a ways back. Maybe it would make sense to bring like a private bullet energy drink, so there is some speed with the strat, and then you can absorb some of the single target damage from the mechs, which they do not like as much, although they are tanky, as I said. But look at this. I didn't expect us to get this far. I think I was drastically I was being over dramatic on how slow the mechs actually are. They really get exposed for how slow they are when they have a lot of room to cover, not when they're going defense to defense, but when they either have a lot of room to cover or you're using them with a different troop like Zukas or something like that. You could probably get Bombardiers to work with them, just because Bombardiers have this separation they need. They stand so far back that you can kind of get away with the speed deficiency in them of the mechs. But I think now we want to work on these cannons here, try and get them cleaned up a bit. I whiffed a few artillery there. We'll just throw some out, test the waters, and then we will get a couple barrages and kind of see barrages to see where our buildings stand. See if we can get that like first layer of, okay, we only have 52 seconds left, but if we can get this like first layer of cannons out, they might not have the range to hurt us in the next attack really. Although with the next attack we won't really be able to throw any artillery. I guess we'll be able to throw a few, but we're not going to have that much energy to spend on taking out cannons. I guess we can invest in like critters and shock launchers and all that. But look at the mechs! They were able to clear the far side of the base and make it to the HQ and still have time remaining here. I guess they haven't quite made it to the HQ, but they are going to leave an open HQ. What I'm going to do, instead of throwing out the cannon, we are going to try and get rid of this shock launcher, just because that is kind of hurting us here. Come on, shock launcher, go down. All right, it got one last shock off before the end of the battle, but look at that. That is why on an individual level, mechs are not that bad. But I remember a time when I did not have my mechs maxed out, and they were horrible. And then it was like I got them 1 or 2 levels under max, and all of a sudden they were able to actually do something, and they were good. So once you get the mechs upgraded, you have to try them out. You have to give them some love, because they are the forgotten troop in Boom Beach, and they're not bad. That's the thing. They might be bad. They're not garbage. They're not the critter engineer, everyone. They're better than a few proto troops, and proto troops are supposed to be special. But they aren't, some of them. Alright, we're going to get 2 artillery onto this shock launcher, take that out, and now we can focus some of our efforts on these cannons over here. So because of where the health of the cannons are at, we're going to target the ones on the far side over here. We'll get a final barrage out. There goes all of our energy, and we have enough for 1 probably flare. Now where do I want to get this flare? I think I'm going to flare them up here just to avoid these cannons over here. I think they will be able to avoid. How did critters get over there? But that's probably Everspark, because I don't recall throwing a box of critters. I'm just surprised that critters made it all the way over there without getting taken out, but I guess they did eventually. Now we have some cannons to get through over here. Because of the current climate, we will get a box of critters that should last a few seconds. They just took out 2 cannons that I really needed taken out, and look at that positioning. The mechs were able to efficiently move their way from over here to behind the HQ and take it out, and War Factory stood no chance against my mechs. Now, I had to boost all of my GBE statues to get to this point. If you don't have boost under GBE statues and you got 2 mechs per boat, there is a good chance that you're going to be in that awkward part where you can't deploy all your mechs, and then you don't really know what to do with the rest. Do you let them sit? Do you place them down eventually? No, because they take so long to get there. But alright, this should be a good test of where our mechs are at. So what we're going to do, we're just going to spread out our mechs here. I think that's the move for this one. And then we are going to get, I don't think I should be throwing critters right there, but we wanted to take out some of the boom mines. And then shock mines, I think we do as well, even though the mechs are slow as is. Just adds on to the time. And now, I think we're looking pretty good. Now, I don't really see any ice statues, so this is a good test against a non-ice base and a full offensive boost on my end. I don't have all offensive statues by any means, but I do have my offensive ones mostly boosted up, so that is helping us out here. And we have lost a handful of mechs already. So against that specific War Factory, mechs were not that bad. Now they're starting to fizzle out a bit. It's going to be awkward getting them to the shield generator, so I think we're just gonna artillery around it there, and we should be able to take it out. No, artilleries were super expensive, so close, but our barrage should be able to finish that off. And our first player base looks like it's gonna be a success. I kind of screwed a couple mechs there by not letting them finish taking out that boom cannon, but we're able to get the HQ, and now we get to see how expensive the mechs are, because it has been a while since I've attacked with mechs, and I wasn't really paying attention against Everspark or War Factory. So 7 cost 280,000 gold. I guess that seems fair. I don't really know. It just seems what you would expect from it. By the way, so in my last video, I only had 4 upgrades remaining. I am down to 2 now. 2 gold storages until max level. It's been a while since I've been max level. They just keep releasing new HQs every time I approach to max, so I'm expecting another HQ to drop in the next update. That is no inside information at all. We aren't in the loop on what's going on in the future of Boom Beach, unfortunately. I know another HQ level, it's exciting for like a week and then you realize it doesn't really, it just gets boring over a week, but that is kind of what I'm expecting for the next update. Maybe they'll prove me wrong one of these times. I was excited when HQ 24 came out because it was a long time since we got another HQ level, but then there, because of that hype, they thought we would be excited over another one. I guess we kind of were, but that hype dies real quick. They gotta add something that shocks the game, that contributes to long-term success like that. But we know the Boom Beach team, they're trying their best. They aren't the most, they don't have the best resources in the world to say in terms of quantity of developers, but they do what they can, and what they can do is release a troop like Mechs that is slowly forgotten about, even though it's the newest troop. But again, it's almost 2 years old. It came out August 2020. Boom Beach was popping back in 2020 because of the pandemic. That was one thing that came good of the pandemic, was Boom Beach was good, even though that doesn't really that doesn't even come close to justifying the tragedy of it. One might say Mechs are a pandemic of their own. Alright, we're gonna move on. But look at this. We're able to actually get another attack here. A victory here. And look at how many mechs were low. That is the mech experience, where they get so low, but then somehow they survive. But let's see. No, we did not get enough loot for an upgrade, even close at all. But the Mega Crab is coming. By the time this video comes out, the Mega Crab will be out. So we will be able to get our final 2 upgrades. Here they are: gold storage, level 12, level 12. Just making sure they weren't like level 11 or something like that, where we had to get the upgrade twice. GBE plus 11%. I'm going to store that for now. And hope we can get a GBE plus 13%. But thanks for making it to the end. Make sure you give your local mechs some love, because they didn't ask to be made that way, but they are special in their own way. We'll see you guys in tomorrow's Boom Beach video. Bye-bye.